Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be talking about Atlanta United, the soccer team that's based in Atlanta, Georgia, that plays in the same stadium as my Atlanta Falcons. We're going to be giving them a season preview, even though the season did begin already. As I'm recording this, I made the list yesterday. I made the list on Saturday before the first game, which was Sunday, yesterday afternoon. And Atlanta United actually beat Kansas City. Kansas City. What's the team name? I forgot the name of the team. It's Kansas City. But we ended up being Sporting Kansas City. There we go. Sporting KC. We ended up beating them 3-1. So when I made this list, I did not have Atlanta United beating Kansas City. But speaking about Atlanta United, last season, in the first 16 games of the season, they took 13 points from 16 games. 13 points from 16 games. It's no wonder why Atlanta United finished 7th in the standings. 13 points from 16 games, and there's only 33 games in the season, so you only picked up 13 points from the first half of the season. That's not good. That's not good for the MLS Cup champions. And considering now we've lost guys like Ezequiel Barco, we still have Brad Guzan in goal, who's getting up in there in age, so it's going to be debatable. But we also got a guy that can possibly replace Ezequiel Barco and Thiago Almada. Now, I'll be having a video about him tomorrow, discussing about his stats and why I think he's going to be a breakout star for Atlanta United. But in the first 16 games last season, Atlanta United's games were away against Orlando City, that was a draw. A win against Chicago, a loss against New England, a draw against Inter Miami, a win against Montreal, draw against Seattle, draw against Nashville, draw against Philly, a loss against New York City FC, a draw against New York Red Bulls, a loss against Chicago, a draw against Nashville, a loss against New England, a draw against Cincinnati, a loss against Columbus, and then a loss against Orlando. So, 2 wins in the first 16 games. That's not good. 7th place last season. And we got knocked out as soon as we faced, I think it was New York City FC that knocked us out. I'm not surprised. Because during the first half of the season, we had a terrible manager. Second half of the season, we picked it up. And hey, look at this. We lost Ezequiel Barco, and we won 3-1 against Sporting Kansas City. So my predictions for this upcoming season for Atlanta United was a draw against Kansas City, a win against Colorado, a win against Charlotte, the new team, a draw against Montreal, a loss against DC, a win against Charlotte, Cincinnati, and Inter Miami, which will be taking place at the stadium not too far from me, and I'll definitely be going to that game, a loss against Montreal, draw against Chicago, loss against New England, draw against Nashville, draw against Columbus, a draw against Inter Miami in Atlanta, a win against Toronto, and a loss against the Red Bulls. Now, already, those results have definitely changed because the first game of the season, Atlanta United beat Sporting Kansas City. So this could be a lot of change. But this is actually a good thing because now we've already picked up 1 win compared to our 2 wins from the first 16 games of the season. So if we pick up 2 more wins in the next 5 games, we've already bettered our results from the first 16 games than we did last season. So when it comes to the amount of points that I think Atlanta United is going to have from the opening 16 games, compared to the 13 points that we picked up last season with Atlanta United, I think Atlanta United is going to pick up 24 points from 16 games. Picking up 6 wins. 6 wins. That's 18 points already. That's already better than what we did last season. And when it comes to the draws, we get a lot less draws and a lot more wins. We have 6 draws. 6 draws, 6 wins, and how many losses do I think Atlanta United is going to have? 4 losses. And those losses will come against DC United, Montreal, New England Revolution, and the Red Bulls. So, looking at this, 24 points compared to 13 points. After the MLS season finished, we ended up finishing 7th. So if we were to pick up 24 points from 16 games in the first half of the season, there's a very good chance that Atlanta United could be in the playoffs already. And I really think that this season, with the coach that we have, and with Thiago Almada being there, like we still have Joseph Martinez. We lost Ezequiel Barco, but we still have a majority amount of our players. We still have Miles Robinson at center back, so we still have a leader in the team. This is going to be the season that Atlanta United makes a strong push for the MLS Cup final, and I think there's a good chance that Atlanta United could become MLS champions again for the second time within 2017. For the second time within 5 years, so that'd be very impressive from Atlanta United. But like I said, looking at the first 16 games of last season, they only picked up 13 points. The first 16 games of this season, I predicted them to pick up 24 points. It could possibly even be more now that Atlanta United has beaten Sporting Kansas City yesterday afternoon 3-1. And I just want to say, seeing that scoreline 3-1, and with this new coach, like a lot of the players like this new coach, and new signing Thiago Almada, when I talk about him, I'm going to be very hyped for him because I played with him on FIFA and I